Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Maddie Bungard. I am the COE Special Events Director, and I'm going to show you how to make our jellyfish lanterns for semi-formal this year. The most important part of this project is probably the tentacles, and I have a lot of them already done up here. You can see it just looks like there's a seam down the middle. So how I do this is I take it and put my two ring fingers or pointer fingers underneath and basically try to push them up through, spreading the center of the plastic here until it gets this little ridge in it and has basically my two fingerprints in it. So do that. And there I tore it, and you gotta try to keep from doing that. It's not a huge deal, but you'll get used to it and won't have any problem at all. So there you go. So you do that a whole bunch of times and that's what you get. Next I'll show you how to place the bottom fringe of the jellyfish. So you take your lantern here and you measure 6 inches up, and that's about right there. Gently mark it with a pencil, and then continue to do that every so often around the lantern, and you want to go from this edge at the bottom 6 inches up. I usually try to make these pencil marks at each seam so then I know where to glue when the time comes. Once you've marked each spot on your lantern, you can go ahead and take your special piece of plastic here and put a dab of glue on your first dot. Sorry about that, I had taken the stick out so that I wouldn't waste it while I was blabbing. Alright, so put a little bit of glue on your line there. And then go ahead and stick your first piece on there. While I do this, I try to fold it in on itself so that the plastic kind of melts that way, so it looks more like 3D, I guess, instead of laying flat against the lantern. Once you have the end securely dried in place there, you can continue to just put glue on the rest of your dots around the seams. Do not run glue entirely through that line. The more glue you use, the more it melts the plastic, so we don't want that. So then just continue on here, putting dots and fastening your plastic here. I'd recommend letting it dry some before moving on, because it will slip and slide around and it melts the plastics most of the time, so you want to make sure that it stayed in place and it hasn't curled up on you as well. This is just a reminder to keep your wrap here loose because you don't want to lose the detail here with the wavy edges and everything. If you pull it too tight, you won't get that.